All right, good day, hi, and welcome. Okay, I don't like splicing my videos, so I was just saying in the last video, I know some people said, does this guy ever do any work on his vehicles, or does he just sit there and yak away? Well, when the camera's on, I mainly just yak away, but when the camera's off, that's when I do my work. The big thing about the 5.4 liter engines, now this is the 2 valve, the actual reliable one, not the 3 valve. And I think there was even a later 4 valve one. And the main thing about the 4.6 liter engine had the same problems as the 5.4, but the 5.4 had a few extra more noticeable. The first problem is the spark plug issue. Everybody knows about this generation of Ford spark plug issues. They made a 2-piece spark plug, which almost guarantees you strip them when you take them out. And if you do, you got to take the head off, which means a big job. Not a hard job, but just a big job, right? And then they do have a solution. So the plugs that I got a new set of plugs and coils for this. My dad went ahead and bought them because he figured that's what the problem was going to be for this. Because originally my dad was going to buy this after my uncle passed. My dad was going to buy it, but he started working on it and he realized how cluttered these Fords are to work on, and he gave up. And I said, oh, okay, I'll buy the truck, because I wanted it just as a tribute anyway. But the coils in these do go. That's known, but I mean, you can get coils for these pretty cheap. I think the plugs and the coils was like under $100 for the both that my dad spent. Now, my dad bought the cheapest stuff, of course, because he didn't want to put a lot of money into this. But my dad's idea was just to, like drive it. It's a good truck, just drive it, right? I have a different view of what I'm going to do with the truck. Obviously, I'm going to be more, like I say, tribute truck, show truck. Might take it to the drag strip once, go a little bit of off-roading, but it's not going to be a work truck. It's not going to be that kind of truck. So you can get good replacement plugs for these engines, whether it's a 4.6 like the Road Beast over there, the red Road Beast over there, or the big 5.4 liter like the Buck here. So you can get that problem semi-solved. The next thing is the coils. They say get the good coils, but I'll try these. I forget what brand they are. I'll review them in the house because I have the boxes in the house when I get to that point. The other thing is the inadequate oiling. That's probably the bigger number one issue with these engines, is they don't have a adequate oiling system. However, there is on the market, I can't tell you what brand it is or whatever, but I did see that you can get a replacement oil pump for these that are adequate. So I don't know if it fixes the problem 100%, but it's better than probably what it was. So this might get that later on. But what happens is it doesn't oil the heads properly, and you get a lot of sludge there. Well, somebody's here. Oh. Don't know if they're here for me or for my dad or whoever. And then the other ones is the cam chains. The cam chains and sliders. Oh, looks like I'm going to get paid today. Good. The cam chains that are in here, the cam chains themselves are fine, and the cams are fine. But the sliders that they're on are made of, I guess, whatever nylon plastic or whatever it is, and they get brittle over time. And what happens is, and I believe that's what's happening with that truck over there, is chunks of it breaks off and ends up in your oil pan, and if you get enough, it blocks your oil sump, and well, that's obviously bad, right? So that's an issue. I don't know if they've corrected that, but it's one of those things, if you stay on top of it, no problem. So the engines are not perfect, but they are a cool design to a good degree. I know some mechanics will hate them. They're a love it, hate it engine. So for every guy that swears by it, there's a guy that's going to swear at it. But it's also one of those engines, if you take care of it properly, it's definitely a maintenance engine. It means you're going to do your oil changes every 3,000 miles or 5,000 kilometers, whether it needs it or not, or you're going to get oil sludge in the heads. You're going to take the heads apart probably maybe every 2 years and just pull sludge out of there that doesn't cycle properly. That said, this truck has 225,000 miles on it from all the way dating back to 1989, so or 98, sorry. So how bad are these engines if they're still running? You know what I mean? Like, anything running from 1998 to now is probably, you know what I mean? Like, so don't, like, you get this with a lot of vehicles. It's like, oh, these vehicles are junk, or that engine's junk, or whatever. And it's like, well, it's got, 500,000 K on it, or, miles, pick whichever, whatever. And you're like, okay, well, with that much mileage, anything is going to be worn out, right? So I think these are I think these engines can get 1,000,000 miles on them if you take care of them. It's just, you got to take care of them. So for the guy that just wants to turn the key and drive, this is not the engine for you. For the guy that doesn't mind to tinker on it, yeah, it could be very, very rewarding. That said, that 4.6 I absolutely love. That is the smoothest V8 out there. Just so good. Yeah, so anyway, that's where I'm at. So you can see all the corroded stuff. I'm going to be replacing a lot of stuff, brake components. I think my master cylinder is probably done in this one too. I don't know. I'll see when I see the calipers, but I will be replacing a lot of rusty stuff in here. But most of it just needs to be cleaned. And like I say, most vehicles that end up in the scrapyard just need maintenance. People do not maintain their vehicles, period, full stop. Parts do wear out, but maintenance is probably usually where the electrical issues come from, and the rough running. Again, you clean that throttle body, maybe it's worn out, but I'll know after I clean it, right? Once I clean it, then I'll know. And I bet you it's never been cleaned ever. Well, maybe once, because it's got the aluminum manifold down there, and either that came as an upgrade package from Ford, or somebody replaced the plastic one that was normally in there. So if that manifold is an upgrade one, then yeah, it means this engine's been, dealt with at one point. I know whoever had this before my uncle probably took fairly good care of it. So, just, well, the fact, the age gives that away. So, and you can see there's not a lot of rust. You can see there's, it's been, definitely been, tended to, but there's not a lot of rust on this thing. So for its age, that said, for its age, right? So anyway, not going to start her up today, just because even though there's a little bit of gas in there, I want to put a little bit more fresh gas in there, so I'm not just burning water like I was last year. A 1.5-year-old gas. And I want to wait till the snow goes down a bit. So I thought I could get that done today, pop the battery in there, but drag the battery through this and end up throwing my back out trying to lean over it. So I'll wait till the snow goes down a bit more, and then I'll start it up, let it run for a bit. I'll get all this plastic off, let it run, and then I'll take the plugs out, put the other plugs in temporary, or maybe I'll just torque them down right there and then, whatever. And then what I'll do is I'll replace all my coil packs, clean all my injectors, clean the throttle body, check out all the hoses, the air breather hoses, and see. Hopefully that'll fix the idle problem. Clean the idle air controller. Maybe that's just worn out too. Like, I do believe there's probably a lot of sensors on this that are probably going to be needing replacing. Again, given the age of the vehicle. So if it's just sensor problems, I mean, I'm laughing. Where it gets serious, if it's internal engine problems or transmission problems. So, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Either way, this is going to be a fun project and a fun toy, and it's going to be a very long, drawn-out project. Unless I magically get, $20,000 and I can pay somebody else to take care of all the problems for me. I'm not going to be. Waiting on that. So we'll just do this one stage at a time. All right, there we go. Have yourselves a great day.